Alright, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to install a new steering wheel into your E46. I recently converted this car from an SMG to a 6-speed, and so that means I get stuck with this old SMG steering wheel with these paddles left over. So yeah, that clearly needs to go. I bought a new steering wheel from Coby wheel, as you guys saw earlier, and it's wrapped in Alcantara, so this will be a nice replacement for the car. So what you want to do first is make sure the battery's disconnected. I already did that. You want to let it chill for about 10 minutes before you start doing anything, just because, you know, the battery voltage is still kind of running through the car. So once you do that, you can start taking the old steering wheel off. So if you look behind the steering wheel, you can see the slit right here. There's going to be one of these on each side, and you're going to want to take a kind of thin flathead screwdriver and push in. There's going to be a spring that you have to compress, and that allows for the airbag to come out. So I'm going to push that in and see if I can pop it through. All right, now with the airbag out, it's really going to take some patience, to just really take your time. You're going to want to take these two plugs out. I don't know if I could do it with one hand, but yeah, these two plugs need to come out. All right, with those two plugs disconnected, there's 3 more plugs in there. This top one just kind of pulls out like that. And these other 2 should also just kind of yank out. There you go. So once those are all out, all you got to do is take a 16 mil and get this out. So I'm going to do that next. All right, with that bolt out, this wheel should kind of just shimmy out. One thing to note too before you take the wheel out, as you can see, there's a slit on the wheel and there's also a slit on the portion where it mounts onto as well. So it'd be pretty hard to mount this incorrectly when you put it back on. So I'm gonna keep trying, kind of shake this wheel off. And there we go, the wheel's off. So here's a comparison of the old SMG wheel and the new 6-speed wheel here. I got to transfer the trims over, and it looks like I'm missing a few connectors in there. So I'm going to transfer all those over, and then this wheel should be good to go back in. All right, so I got the trim back on. It's just a matter of 4 T25 bolts. There's 2 up front here, and then there's 2 in the back right here. Once you undo those, you can take the trim off the old wheel and put it on the new one. It's pretty simple. So now that the trim's transferred over, I'm gonna put the wheel back on. Make sure you line up this notch with the one on the splines right here. All right, with the wheel back on, as you guys can see, you can tighten this nut back on. And you wanna tighten this bolt down to 46 foot-pounds. All right, with that tightened down, we could put all the plugs back in and put the airbag back in as well. And there's a 3rd plug you can see right here. This is empty now because that one was for the SMG paddles before. So yeah, that's another thing to note. If you are converting from an SMG to a 6-speed like this, you're gonna have that extra 3rd plug, and you're also gonna have some extra wires coming from like the sides on your old steering wheel, because those are what powered the SMG paddles. So this is just gonna be empty now. With those plugged back in, we can plug these 2 back into the airbag and we should be all set. All right, so that's about it. The airbag went back in properly. You just have to push it back in once the plugs are back in. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna get some better shots of this thing and show you guys how it looks. All in all, this was a really easy process. If you guys are on the fence about doing it, I'd say do it. Coby Wheel is the person who reupholstered the steering wheel that I had. Especially if you're going from SMG to 6-speed, this is just a no-brainer. I think it was like 300 bucks or so. And the time it took to do is probably about 30 minutes. You know, it's pretty simple. Yeah, got the blue matching the blue. Let me know what you guys think.